girl, it is Nikki. Welcome back to the channel. I just got back from vacation a couple days ago, which was really lovely, but I am happy to be home. I brought all of my camera stuff to the cottage we rented with me in case I wanted to post a video from there. But when I got there, I was really thankful that I did those pre-recorded videos for the past couple weeks, because when you're on vacation, you don't feel like filming and editing a video. You just don't. So thank you for your patience there. I got a lot done this vacation. Maybe not as much as I planned to get done, but I knew that my list was a little bit lofty going into it, so I kind of tried to go with the flow a little bit. For my high priority project, I did a ton of editing in the first week and managed to get it to a place that I'm relatively happy with. I have until the end of the month to get it the rest of the way, so I felt pretty good about that and gave myself the second week as like a break from that. I also beta read a novel for a friend, which was also very fun. I managed to get my school reading done for the semester ahead, at least the books that I do have, and they were actually pretty interesting. I liked Mrs. Dalloway a lot. I also liked the last one I read, which was A Passage to India by, I think, E.M. Forster, and that was a very interesting read. James Joyce's A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, I think that's what it's called. That one was not my favorite, but it's still sort of percolating in there, so maybe it'll grow on me with time. I did zero pleasure reading. I just don't enjoy reading that much. I find it really hard to make myself sit down and read. And I feel way better about that, having done that collab I did a few weeks ago with Kimmy K and all of those other amazing authors. I remember Karina from Karina's Adventures on one of the live sprints that she did. By the way, go check out her channel. She is awesome. She said basically the same thing, that she has a really hard time like making herself sit down and read books, which is like, okay. So you can be bookish and you can like writing without loving to read. I don't know. I would always rather be writing. That's my problem, I think. I did not do any project prequel stuff until the second week because I, being what I am, can't relax and do fun stuff until I have all the other stuff out of the way. But I still made some progress. I wrote some pretty like hefty, some pretty pivotal scenes. For one, I finally got to the part where my enemies to lovers pair had their little bit of like a pre-click moment where the hate turns into like friendship because he does something for her that really sort of ingratiates him to her, and now they can move forward as like tentative friends. So that's a huge turning point. I'm glad it came when it did because it was feeling like maybe the enemy thing was dragging, but I think I hit it at the right spot, so now I can just move forward with them being friends and push them towards being something more than friends, so that will be fun. I am struggling a little bit with the amount of dialogue scenes going on in this story. I don't know if there's not enough action or if I'm just feeling that there's way less action than what I'm used to, because my other project in this world is really action-packed. Like, things are just constantly happening and it's pretty fast-paced. So this feels like different and weird to have so much conversation time, so much time to be like laying groundwork and building suspense and intrigue, not through action, but through like quieter, more like subtle scenes. I'm legitimately not sure if at this point it's like there's not enough, or if it's just a correct amount of action for the amount of stuff that's going on in the story. The action is typically not my favorite part of a story. I like the character building stuff and the stuff that happens in between, so maybe it'll be fine. I'm not sure. At this point, I just need to get through this draft. I did not do any pleasure reading, like I said, but we did visit a bookstore and I found this little number, which is a book that I read like way back. I was probably like 12, 13. It's part of a trilogy, The New Policeman by Kate Thompson. It's one of those books that just like stays with you from childhood. Like every once in a while you think back and it's like, oh, remember that book with the policeman and like the Irish stuff? And it just like resonates, and I know that I will remember it always. I've wanted to add this one to my collection for such a long time. Ideally, I would love to get hardcovers of them, but they're kind of hard to find. At least in the few times that I've looked, I haven't been able to get them. So imagine my surprise and delight when I'm at this random little bookstore in this little town and I find that book. I couldn't leave the little guy there. I had to take him, hardcover or not. This book was coming home with me. It's like Irish mythology meets music meets sort of like an end of the world narrative by the third book. It's just, oh, it was so fascinating. I'm trying to think if there's anything else huge that happened on this vacation that I want to talk about. Oh, one thing that has really been on my mind lately is the idea of integrating your spiritual thread into your story. more from the beginning, making it more prominent and weaving it in and not adding it as an afterthought. And I'm really, really thankful that I feel like God has been sort of breathing life into the stuff that I'm trying to create, asserting himself in it in really meaningful ways. Like, I don't know, I find myself thinking of what's going on in the story and applying it to myself and really drawing things from it, which is really huge for me to feel like something meaningful is going on in that project, even if it's purely just for me, if I'm the only one benefiting from it. I'm really enjoying seeing how he is working in it to encourage me, and hopefully, maybe we'll see, Lord willing, it'll be an encouragement to someone else too someday. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, do not forget to spend some time in the clouds today.